Hello, my name is Jim Weinandy, and I'm a bankruptcy attorney in Bowling Green, Ohio. I'm here to tell you what to expect at your creditors meeting. This meeting is also called the trustee meeting or the 341 meeting. First, I'll tell you where the meeting will take place. Then we'll talk about what to expect at the creditors meeting. And finally, we'll do a quick simulation of the meeting to see firsthand what to expect. The meeting will take place in downtown Toledo in the Ohio building. That's at 420 Madison, between the intersection of Superior Street and St. Clair Street. If you're coming in from I-75, you'll take the downtown exit. The downtown exit becomes Erie Street, so just stay on that for about 7 blocks and you'll cross Madison. If you want to keep it simple, just park there at the intersection of Erie and Madison and walk the 1.5 blocks towards the river to 420 Madison. Pay attention to the street directions. There's a handful of one-way streets, and in fact Madison runs the wrong direction from where you are off of Erie. The creditors meeting will take place on the 6th floor. Simply ride the elevator up to the 6th floor. As soon as you get off the elevator, there's a waiting room there, and that's where I'll meet you. Now, what to expect at the creditors meeting. This meeting is the opportunity for the bankruptcy trustee or creditors to ask you questions concerning your petition and any potential assets that you may have. Only occasionally will any creditors show up, and in all likelihood the meeting will consist of only the trustee, his or her assistant, you and I. There may be a few other people in the back part of the room waiting their turn to go in front of the trustee. The trustee is simply looking to confirm that you reviewed your bankruptcy petition before you signed it, that in fact it was your signature on the petition, and then to ask you some simple questions concerning your assets and debts that you have on the petition. The meeting does not take place in the courtroom, but rather takes place in a meeting room. It's going to be less formal than court. At the meeting, you'll need to bring your driver's license, and you'll need to bring your Social Security card. If you don't have a driver's license, a state ID or passport will work. The meeting's going to be recorded. You will need to verbalize your answers, and if you're just grunting or saying uh-huh or the trustee will ask you to speak up and answer yes or no. Expect that the meeting will take less than 5 minutes. I will be there with you, and I assure you there's nothing to worry about. It's not the purpose of the meeting to challenge you as to whether the bankruptcy is appropriate. Remember, you and I have gone over the petition. You provided the information, you provided the debts and assets, and there should be no surprises at this meeting. Occasionally, the trustee will ask for additional information that we don't have with us. For instance, it may ask about a bank account that we haven't provided statements for, or an inheritance that you may be receiving, or something else that we need to verify. Again, it's not a problem. They'll give us a week or two to get that information over to them. Simple enough. Now let's turn and take a look at trustee's simulated meeting, and so you can see firsthand what to expect. I'm going to take a chance to look at a fake creditors meeting. We'll set one up today and show you some of the basic questions that are asked at a creditors meeting. Over here we'll have the trustee, and the trustee, once we're waiting in the room, will call our case when it's our turn. Susie Smith's the client's name.
All right, Jim, Miss Smith, I'm ready for you. Hi, Miss Smith. My name is Pierre. I'm the trustee.
So nice to meet you.
Jim, nice to see you again.
Good to see you.
Miss Smith, this is a creditors meeting. In the creditors meeting, I have to ask you a series of simple questions. First, can you state your name and current address for the record?
Susie Smith, 12345 Main Street, Anytown, Ohio.
Thank you. And counsel, can you state your name for the record?
Jim Weinandy on behalf of Ms. Smith.
And Ms. Smith, could I please see your photo ID and a social security number for review?
That's right.
Thank you. Well, I viewed the original State of Ohio's driver's license and social security card and your number. Did you sign the petition here, Ms. Smith? Excuse me. The schedules and the related documents?
Yes, it did.
And is that your own signature?
Yes, it is.
Did you read the petition, the schedules, and the statement and related documents before you signed them?
Yes, I did.
And are you personally familiar with the information contained in the petition, the schedules, the statements, and related documents?
I am.
To the best of your knowledge, is the information contained in the petition, schedules, statements, and related documents true and correct?
Yes.
Are there any errors or omissions to bring to my attention at this time?
Not to my knowledge.
Now, have you previously filed for a bankruptcy?
No.
Is the copy of the tax return you provided a true copy of the most recent tax return that you filed?
Yes, it is.
And do you have a child support or spousal support obligation?
No.
Have you read the bankruptcy information sheet provided by the United States trustee?
Yes.
Good. Do you own or have any interest whatsoever in any real estate?
No.
Have you made any transfers of any property or given any property away within the last 1 year period?
No.
Does anyone hold property belonging to you?
No.
Do you have a claim against anyone or any business?
What do you mean by claim?
Well, does anyone owe you money?
No.
Is there a large medical debt or medical bills from an injury?
No.
Are you the plaintiff in any lawsuit?
No.
Are you entitled to life insurance proceeds or an inheritance as a result of someone's death?
No.
Does anyone owe you money?
No.
Have you made any large payments, say over $600, to anyone in the past year?
No.
I see from your petition you have a savings account with Fifth Third.
Correct.
Are there any other accounts?
No.
Do you own an automobile?
Yes.
What is the year, make, and the value?
It's a 2000 Ford Escort. I believe it's around $3,000.
And do you owe any money on that?
No.
Is it insured?
Yes.
Do you have any winning lottery tickets?
I wish.
I know that might sound like a funny question, but we have to ask.
No, I do not.
Have you been engaged in any business during the last 6 years?
No.
Are there any creditors present today? Well, I'm hearing no responses, so that concludes our meeting.
Thank you,
Ms. Smith.
Thank you, Pierre.
Jim, thank you.
Thank you. See, that was easy. Relatively simple process. Sometimes the trustee will ask a few more questions than that. Sometimes it will actually go quicker than that. Sometimes the trustee will ask you to come up with additional information or for the council to provide additional information, such as a prior year's tax return beyond what we've already provided, information on a bank account, or perhaps you were involved with a lawsuit or business or some response to their questions that requires further information. And we provide that to them and make sure that the trustee gets what they need. Thank you very much for looking at this video today. Referrals are the lifeblood of my business. Offer free consultations, so don't hesitate to send any of your friends or family over to me as well. Thank you, and I'll see you at the trustees meeting.